Gary, aka Simudad. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Derail Valley. I hope you're all well, enjoying the series so far. Had a great week. What have you been up to? We are back. We are in the Oil Well Central after a bit of a bad run the last time. It wasn't terrible in the sense of nothing majorly bad happened. It was just a bit of poor planning and confusion on my part. We got to see some more of the sites, some stations that we'd never been through, and we were rewarded at the end with a $60,000 payday, which was not too bad. What we did get rewarded with, though, which I was quite excited after some heavy frustration, we pull into the Oil Well Central, and hello, the DH4. Now, if you remember, over the last few episodes, we passed up the opportunity of a DH4 or two DH4s in Machine Factory to go down to Harbour and Town. We passed up the DH4s in Harbour and Town because we were going to go up to Goods Factory. We got to Goods Factory and I was certain there was going to be DH4 up there, and that was my plan. We were going to do that, and we were going to do we were going to roll out from the Goods Factory in the DH4, and luckily we got there, and the DH4 that was there had been replaced with an SO60 steam shunter, which was not what we wanted. Now, we took a job out of there. It was some empty oil tankers, which are just over there, still hooked up, or not hooked up, but still by the DE2s. And we got down to here, and just as we were coming down the tree line there, the track, we could see it in the distance, the DH4 in the Milwaukee Road Co. Which you can't really see it that well because it's dark, but it's a nice orange and black. That is a custom livery, which you can get off of Nexus Mods if you want to. But what we're going to do, we're going to head back over to the station, and then we're going to work our way through this. Come on. Head over to the station, and we're going to pick up our trash. That was our receipt from the last time. And we're going to go onto the computer, and we're going to clear our fees. I haven't got manual servicing, so we won't worry about that. Confirm. Fees paid. Licenses. We're going to get ourselves a... She is the DH4, baby. Print that out. So it's going to take our copay up by 10,000. Time bonus down by 2%. And we're going to need long 2, which we already have that, so that is no problem. Let's get back to the licenses. Get our wallet out. We now have the DH4 license, which if we tab that, we're going to go over here. Or actually not. Because the other license that I want to get while we're here is the annual service license. So let's print that one. It doesn't affect the copay. Sorry, it doesn't affect the deadline, but it does put another 7,000 on our copay, which is why now is probably the right time to get it. So we're going to get ourselves the manual service license, which is going to give us the ability to use the service points, save us a ton of money. So we're now going to go into our binder, our registrator. We'll store all of our licenses in there. And then we need to now figure out what the hell we're going to do, because we also need to get our hammer. Because we are going to put the handbrakes on that. Fine. So what we're going to do is going to hop in this beast. Let me put the light on. Would you like to be shown around this vehicle and get it running? We only need a little bit of room ahead and a couple of minutes. If there's a turntable ahead, line it with the vehicle before starting. So let's do that. Okay, that's fine. So we are going to need the do the tutorial. Yes. Okay, so breakers back here. Carb lights is there. We will need that because it's dark as heckaroni. Wipers. We apparently also need them. And turn right front lights. That's that. And then turn left. Brake cutouts there. Enable the starter. Then we need to wait until the brake reservoir is on 2 bar. Do want to have a little look at is want it to be facing the right way because I want to sort of go out like that build. So I think because there's nothing here, we haven't got the right licenses to take any of this stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to just drive out of here empty, and we're going to go ahead onto we'll go up to the farm because that's just up the same bit of track. So we want to go out of here backwards really to go back there, and then what we'll probably have to do is get the DE2s. So we're on 2 bar there, so that's fine. So gently engage. That's fine. Okay, so tachometer. Fully apply independent brake. Red needle on this gauge shows the vehicle's brake cylinder pressure. This practically indicates how much mechanical brake is applied. Okie doke. Train brake. The non-red needle on this gauge shows pressure of the brake pipe through the entire train. The pressure is needed to release the brakes. Okie doke. That's the speedometer. That's the sander. And that's the reverser there. Race independent brake. Okay, we're moving. Train brake. Set to neutral. That's the oil temperature. That's the fuel cutoff. Dynamic brake. This control operates the vehicle's capability to slow down using its powertrain. Okay. And then the horns down there. Is that just a... Okay. And a bell. Okay. It's the wheel slip indicator. Fuel gauge. Oil gauge. Sand gauge. Hose fuel socket. There. It's good to know. Hose fuel socket is also on that side. Okay, good to know. And that's it, we're done. So we are fully now in control. I'll let you can open the window and everything. Hi. Close it because it's raining. Right, so let's get it forward. Let's get the train brake off. far enough. So what's the front of the train? Is that it, that way? So we want to come off that way. Question is, can I think I can remote pair this Loco. I swap that to this. Happy days. Oh, look at this. We're rolling big boys now. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it back here. Pull it forward, and I'm going to have to get the other Locos over because I want to get them turned around. And then we'll head off down to the farm. So we can leave that there for a sec. Now we want to... how many of these Locos do we want to take? That's the question. We'll take them all. I don't know if they're all going to fit on this one. Yeah, what I actually don't know if they're all going to fit on the turntable. When you buy a license, resets all the Loco states. It's fine. It's fine. In started. Let's get it forward. So we want to get it forward to over here, really, do we? Yeah, we need to go even further back. We need to go way back here. We need to clear this so we can reverse back. And then we can press on then. What I'll do, we are going to fit all our gadgets to the DH4. I'll probably do that off camera, quote unquote camera, just because you you guys saw that in the last episode or a couple of episodes ago, me fitting it all to the DE2, and there's nothing new there, so I think you'll probably benefit from not seeing that. This is awesome. Open the door there, lovely job. This is sick. Let's close that down. Nice, this is awesome. Loads of room in here. Oh yeah. Carb heater. It's just decorative for now. This is so cool, honestly. I love this game. This game is awesome. I know I'm new, I know I make a lot of mistakes, but I am absolutely loving this game, especially for it being an in-development game. I do realise it's been in development for probably 6 years or so, but got a little cab fan and everything. This is sick. Yeah, it's pretty flippin' sweet. Anyway, that's enough prattling around. So we will, like I said, I'm going to get all the stuff installed separately. I think we've got that all in our bag now, basically. We've got some of that stuff to get rid of. Yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I'll pick up again as we're heading off to the farm. And we've got all our stuff installed. Alrighty, guys, we're all done here on the setting up the accessories, right? So we've got the brake indicator there. We've got our time clock here. We've got our speedo, digital speedo there. We've got a switch setter over here. We've got a clinometer here. Now, I put a switch in here because just hop out to the front. Torch. Oh, bugger. Left me. Hang on, we'll be back. Left me a blimmin' torch in the toolbox. Silly bastard. what I have done, right, is put some brackets up there. I was going to put 2 spotlights on there, give them some extra high beams on the front, right? Now, it turns out I'm a silly fool, and the lights that I bought were swiveling lights, which basically they sort of wobble around, which I didn't like it when I put them on there. So I've left the brackets on because I got them situated pretty nice, and I've left the switch on. So when it comes to it, all we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get to a shop that sells sells lights, and we'll be able to fit them straight on there and just wire them back in. So that's all done. Stick that forward. Let's get the handbrake off. Now it's all fine. Let's take the brake off. Right for that. So we should be able to just throttle up. Just check that we're all good here. Yep, so we're all good. So we're just going to press on quickly to the farm. Nothing to worry about there, just a little bit of wheel slip. See what we've got up here. We'll only do a quick one. Hopefully there's just something up to steel mill or something like that, because obviously we've done all the other stuff. Farm, shunting, we don't want shunting. Food factory, Harbour in Town, machine factory, pretty rubbish. What we got here? Machine factory in town to farm. That's an unload shunt. That's a loading shunt. Flour is paying pretty good. Oh, hello. I wonder. So that's going to Harbour in Town D4I. We'd have to do that one. It is 3 pickups. Yeah, I think we're going to do this. We're going to shunt this job around. There's not really much else going for us. But this one pays 33,000 with the bonus. You're going to be looking at about 50 or so, probably. And the next episode, well, we can pull this and this 2 lots of flour down to things. So we're going to be... All right, so what we're going to have to do is... This is probably going to be too far away. Yep. So we're going to have to bring a Loco around the front here. Hook up to these, pull them out. And I think actually what we'll do, right, it's a little plan here. We're going to pull these out. Right, we're going to break the Locos. That's what we're going to do. So we want to go off to left here. I believe that's where we want to go. And then we want to blast straight through the middle, which is this line here. So we should have it set such that we go straight through the middle, and then I'm going to break one of the Locos off the back. So we'll go all the way through, break one of the Locos off, hook that up, pull it out, put it in that yard, break another Loco off to pull the empty trailers out, and then it's going to be a little bit of a farfation on this one. This should see us straight through the middle. Alright. So yeah, we're going to go straight through the middle. I'm going to pull up. We're going to stop the Locos. Sort of just off past the sidings. Then we're going to break one off the back, come back, get that one out of the way. Send another one back to hook up to this, and then we'll put the others in there, back up into there. And then we need to find our next siding to go into after that. So we probably want to go up quite far. Forgot where the sander switch is. So let's fully apply the brakes here. And let's go back here. Go in here. Actually, we'll pick that off. Pick that. Pick that. Let's get that started up. Put the brakes in. Actually, go to there, we want to go to here. So yeah, we're gonna do this. The left there, right there. That takes back into there. Let's get some wipers on. Do just for ease. Just so we can check that we're going the right way. Let's get this one started up as well. What's the benefit of running multiple locos if you aren't going to use them? So we're going to do most of this shunting around. Before we activate the job. Generally that's pretty acceptable to do that. I just don't know now as if I've left enough space. Don't think I have. Alright, so in my estimation, should just be able to back on here. Go up to them, pull out the way. Go up to those. And then we should be good to carry on, get the last bit. Get it loaded and then cash the job. A quick, well not quick, but an easy bit of cash. Chain ready. Cut that in. Okay, we're all good here. Up a bit. Come on, buddy. Somewhere not right somewhere. They're activated. We're all fine. It could just literally be because the it's just because it's a bit wet and the train's not fully released the brakes yet. Right. I'd be interested to see what the load is on this. It's quite a big Loco, so the weather as it is, maybe I'll be once we've actually fully loaded it. with the intention of running 2 lots of this down to Harbour and Town. It may well be that it's outside of our capacity anyway. So we'll drop the speed off. Just want to get it really want to get the scrub off some speed here. Yeah, we just want to get it up far enough that we can get the other one out and back where we need it to go so we can hook up. So now we want to this one. My advice to you, if you do play it, is to always try and grab the furthest away cable. I find that works best when you're connecting cables. Right, let's get the remote. Let's hope we've left ourselves enough space to clear. How back do we need to come to back here? So we need the last car to clear this. So then we can switch it and it'll go off back into there. Just hoping we've got enough space. Should be alright. so it's going to go back here now. Then what we'll do is we'll back down into here. When it's down here, we're going to pull this Loco forward to attach it back on the front, and then our last bit of the consist will be over there somewhere, I think. And then we'll hand the job in. The next episode we'll hopefully be able to haul it down. Haul it down to sander on a bit. It should dry up now because the track's still probably a bit wet. The wheel slip. Just demonstrating that the track is in fact still wet as expected. Alright, so we should be straight back here, and then if we have a look at our job here, we need to go to A2S to get the last bit, which we need to figure out where that is. I'm telling you boys and girls, this remote has been probably one of the best purchases. I'm confident it's coming back here. Coming along nice and slowly. Would have been good to take them tractors somewhere. I think that was one of the shunting jobs, actually. We'll have a look now when we go in. Little cat with it. Oh, Mr. Kitty Cat, you better move out the way. Leave that rolling back now. We got lucky because it's on that side. Come on. Right, where's A2S then? A2S? It's 49, I think we're 69, aren't we? A2S. Oh, you bloody swine. Tell you what, this is going to be the last time I do a job out of farm with the shunting. Then we want to go to the loading yard, which I don't know where that is. What we're going to do then is we're going to utilise this once more. Stick the brakes on there. To pull this up a little bit because otherwise I'm going to be able to get close enough. I'm actually going to have to pull it up quite a lot, I think. What might be better off actually is if we turn the wipers off. Okay, stick that in reverse. The wheel slip, that's alright. Truck's still slightly wet, so we'll come around here. That's where we need to load it, is in there. Okay, that's fine. So we can pull that out. Yeah, so we'll pull this trailer carriage out. And then we'll, holy moly, slow down. This isn't going to be good. Please slow down, please slow down. We were going to be right in for a bad time of it then. These chickens just roaming around. Trying to work out what time of day it is. I think it's morning. Now we need to fine because we haven't connected up any of the It's a somewhat dangerous maneuver, but we're going to put it in the loading yard there. We don't need that loading yard. We need the one on the other side. lights on since we're in it. I just want to pull up clear of here. Certainly making us work for this money, boys. Right, hopefully we can hop in that one. Prepare the Loco. So let's do that, and we are... what we're actually going to do. Makes the most sense to do is that is moving, albeit slowly. So what we're going to do is we are going to hook this up to the DH4. Yeah, we'll hook up to the DH4 and then we'll back the whole lot back to get the last car, and then we'll fill it up. And where's it going when it's full? B50. No wheel slip, nothing major. Shows you that the track is still wet. Check the weather forecast on the next episode, just so we can make sure that we can actually do the two jobs. To do a rapid break then, because I thought we were... see where we are in relation to that. So we need to come forward. Let's check the brake cuts. Cut out. Be right. All the little red things. Let's try again. Importantly, let's pair the Loco. And back in reverse. Hopefully it won't take too long to... What are we doing here? We are going back here to get this. That's right. Alright, so we're just going to hang up on here. Just watch ourselves back. Change that one. I'm going to pull forward back up into their load. I'm going to drop the job off. Happy days. And then be able to finish the episode. Got some sheep just milling around there. Watch yourself, sheepies. Watch that. So I gotta be honest, guys, this is being a much longer shunt job than I expected. I didn't really scope it out properly before we started doing it because obviously we had to move some of the carriages out of the way, but that's what shunting's all about. Sometimes the carriages you need aren't where you ideally need them to be. Watch out, chicken! Watch out! No! Sorry, guys. Just killed a chicken. Probably gonna kill another one. Just chuck that on a minute. Right, we've done that. Cut the brakes in. So take the handbrake off. That should do us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's check the job. Bugger. They've loaded in. Because I had to reload the game. It's the job. This one. I think it was that one, wasn't it? It's got up in that one. So, got 11. Yeah. So, to just get the last carriage past here. Now, being honest, we do have, which we're not, to be honest, I'm not planning on using it, but we do have the ability to remote couple and uncouple with the remote control. As I said, I'm not planning on using it. I'm going to do it all manually because I like that aspect of the game. We've literally got to drag the chain, connect the hoses, all that stuff. Right, so we just want to get the last car through here. We can change the switch and back up to load. A wheel slip there. What we can do, we can get in the shop it's basically like an anti-wheel slip device. So if it senses there's going to be a wheel slip, it'll automatically deploy sand if the Loco's got sand, or back off the throttle if there's no sand available. Here she comes. So this, I don't know if I mentioned it when we got the remote control, but it runs off solar power. It runs off a battery. And basically what it does is it charges off solar. That's what that sort of box is at the top here. That's the solar charger. But you can get a battery charging dock that you can mount in your train cab. Definitely the right. Definitely the right loading spot. A3L, let's have a look at the job. Job gone. Yeah, I wonder if it's because I hand the job in. Let's do that. Yeah, there we are. That was good to know. So that's loading flour, and we're now gonna go to B50, which is let's have a look. Where's B50? 2 50. Typically it's got something on it, but it should be okay. Is there a possibility? Oh, that is good actually. There's a slight possibility that that's the other job we're looking at taking after. We'll have a look into that after. Right. Let's get our Loco on. So yeah, there's a little tip for you guys. If you are doing a shunting load job, then you do need to accept the job before you can load the cargo. So you can do all the prep work of assembling the consist, but you cannot load it until you've accepted the job. I suppose that makes sense because you're sort of essentially accepting liability for the cargo. I suppose that's one way of looking at it. Come on, DH4, you could do it, my brother. Yeah, how heavy this load is. 682 tons and fully loaded. I'm gonna have a little look at our ratings and stuff because it's quite a hefty load. We're gonna run 2 of those. I know we've got the DH4. Let's watch her back. Come back here. Actually, that go that way. Down that way. To there. Should be all good. Well, I'll tell you guys, this is an absolute godsend of a gadget. Let's just see a bit more of this beautiful landscape. So we're going to kill that. Start scrubbing some speed off. Some cows there. Alrighty, let's leave that coasting now. Judging from that squealing, we are pushing back now. A fair old way to push back. I think we should be good there. Now, I'm not going to disconnect this because, so we are going to potentially be looking at taking this as well. Okay, let's hand that job in quickly. Completed. That was 50,904. That's generated the job for 33,000. If we take that, that's 50,000 total. A D4i, G5i. And that one's FMFH71. It's not that one. It's this one here, which Yeah, so that's an easy hookup for us now. Oh, hello, my friend. I didn't see you there. Cheeky little DM3 parked there. Nice. Right, what are we saying about this? Actually, whilst we're here, give me a sec. Yeah, that's fine. Right, that's going to do us. I was hoping we were going to get lucky and get a Loco, museum Loco spawn there as well. That would have been good. Anyway, that's going to do us, guys. So, on the next episode, we are going to definitely haul the one that we just shunted down to Harbour and Town. And then we need to do some calculations and look in the book about how much we can actually carry down to Harbour and Town. Because that is... I picked that job up. I didn't. It was like 670 tons plus the weight of the Locos. The other one was about 375 tons, so that would take us up to near on 1,000 tons, which it's questionable whether we can manage it. But leave that with me. We will we'll get into that on the next episode. So if you've enjoyed this one, guys, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already. Leave me thoughts, feedback, comments, tips, tricks, whatever you like down below. I'm sorry it's been a bit of a longer shunt job than I expected, but that is just the way the shunting works. And yeah, until next time, guys, stay well, take care. We'll catch you in the next one.